hell. They want me to fish for them. They want me to catch clean. They cook up the dish for them. All of this just for them. Or they got a dish for him. They want me to disappear like it's gon' shit for them. They say that I'm in the way. They want me to sit for them. But what they admitting is they ain't got shit for him.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Back above 100 Billy. Back above 100 Billy. What's crazy is the Bitcoin Cash, how much market share it's taken up. So I'm glad I didn't sell my Bitcoin Cash right away. The thing about it is, with anything in life, there's gonna be some bumps. The odds of SegWit being absolutely flawless is very slim in my opinion. And what I believe can happen is any kind of, and you got to believe like Bitcoin Cash has money behind it. Like these aren't, this isn't like some 2-bit operation. Like they have support, they have money. Bitcoin has the decentralized aspect. They have big money behind them, the miners, all of that. So they have support. There has been, more miners switching and signaling for Bitcoin Cash. So it's going to be a bloodbath. As far as I'm concerned, it's bad for original Bitcoin in a way. At the other end of the spectrum, it's also competition, and it's going to force Bitcoin Classic, whatever the fuck you want to just call it, Bitcoin. I mean, it's kind of weird right now. They have the same symbol, except one's tilting the other way. It's very confusing. Doesn't really make too much sense to have these two. This isn't going to exist forever. Somebody's going to conquer. Just because it just seems like or somebody's going to have to change their symbol. Something's going to have to happen. Like you can't just have it like the exact same fucking symbol, except it's tilted one way. I don't know. It's just very confusing for me. But the fact is, they're third. They're attacking a lot. If there was going to be a huge dump, it would have been yesterday and today, correct? Because everyone had been cashing it out, and it's up 60%. So there's people who are betting on Bitcoin Cash. They just think that, it's going to stay around. As far as I'm concerned, I own both. So, I'm not selling it. That way, I have no regrets either way, because if I don't sell either one of them, how can I have a regret? Because if one goes up, that's fine. If Bitcoin Cash ends up going to zero, then that's fine because it was free anyway, right? Like it wasn't something that I'm much more satisfied if I receive something to be able to put myself in a chance to get a maximum return. This is very important. In business and life and anything, you always want to set yourself up to have the maximum return, right? A lot of people, what happened? They got their Bitcoin Cash, they dumped it. That's what happened. They set themselves up for it's kind of like a base hit. They're like, all right, I'll at least get on base. So they're like, I'm going to get something out of this regardless. However, they're never going to be able to hit the home run. And if you do that every time in life, how are you ever going to hit a home run? It gets deep, right? If you really think about it. If you're never setting yourself up for a home run, how the hell are you going to hit a home run? That's why I don't take the base hits. Yeah, sometimes I swing real hard and I miss. And sometimes I strike out. But when I hit, it goes out the motherfucking park. And that's how I feel with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash right now. I'm not selling right now. There's no reason. I'm going to set myself up for maximum returns. It's what I do with all of my investments. And that's how you can really shift tax brackets, if you know what I mean. So you definitely want to keep that in mind when you're looking for quick profits. People who dump coins after getting 10x their profit, it's like, yeah, that sounds nice, but you're not setting yourself up for maximum potential. So it's like whenever you're going to dump something, really ask yourself, is it worth it? And are you closing yourself off from maximum potential? If the answer to that question is yes, a lot, you might want to rethink the way you were doing things. So what was nice yesterday? Vertasium exploded on us. That was nice. Got up all the way to almost to 200. What about PPT? PPT? No, not Pure Plays. I still haven't gotten into Pure Plays. All right, so I mean, hovered over 3. Wow, look at that. Jeez, went all the way to $5. Yeah, I'm just in a situation where I am collecting a lot of passive income coins. I'm also obviously looking for good deals. And now I basically have a research team that is helping me a lot, so I can spend a lot of my time focusing on the bigger things. The biggest thing right now, the biggest thing for me right now by far is getting the best deals with these ICOs. That's absolutely my biggest thing right now. I am finding tremendous value in getting these deals made. So ICOs are absolutely by far bring the most potential. I really don't care what anyone else has to say. It's nonsense if they disagree, because how can they disagree with my philosophy when they're not in my shoes and not doing exactly what I'm doing? Because if you're not doing it the way I'm doing it, then it might not be profitable for you. And I don't give a fuck if it's profitable for you or not. I'm not doing anything for you guys. I'm doing this for, to become super wealthy. And if people want to join me on my journey, I'm a friendly guy. We can, have fun. If not, all good, brother. Sit back, eat popcorn. Pillar is getting absolutely destroyed. Cliff High really fucking missed the boat in July, just because I guess he didn't account for the fact that July was going to be such a shit fest, because a lot of the ICOs he mentioned in July have just been absolutely dismal. I mean, if you got into fucking Pillar ICO, you can get it for half price right now. Literally half fucking price. And I said that was going to happen. That's exactly what I said was going to happen. I was saying this is a bad month for ICOs. Any fucking ICO ending this month is not going to be good. I said that. Go look at the fucking videos. And what happened? Pillar came out. The most popular ICO arguably of July was Pillar. They sold out their pre-sale like that. And then what happened? They couldn't sell out the ICO. It hits the market and people are dumping it for half price. That's because it was the worst month in crypto history. So just basically people who had their ICOs end in July is a shit fest. Now, if you were really, if you had some wisdom and you thought about it, you would want to invest in the ICOs that started in July and ended in mid-August. That's exactly what I said. Why? Because we're at 100 billion, just like I said we would be after August. I said everything, we're going to go back to 100 billion. I was saying that at 60 bill. And I said, right now, the perfect ICOs are the ones that's starting right now and ending in mid-August, because after mid-August, there's going to be a lot of lifeblood and there's going to be a lot of money back in the market. So that's why I said my bit was fucking perfect, because it ends smack dab at the end of this month, which is perfect timing. And it started early in July, so it was really good for investors because it had that slow start, so you could get that prolonged discount. So it didn't sell out instantly. So because it's hard capped. So that means you can keep reinvesting. So it was perfect to start in July because you got more opportunities at better deals for longer on ICOs. And if it ends in August, it's just fucking obvious. Like, you don't take a fucking computer robot to fucking figure that out. It's easy, right? July was shitty. August is going to be good. It's no fucking brainer. And, I don't, it's not magic. We're at 100 billion. No one should be shocked. Shouldn't be a surprise. You shouldn't be looking at YouTube and saying, is everything over? Question mark. Like, it's like, it's so fucking obvious. What happened? I mean, I'm just surprised I'm surprised at how surprised everyone is. I'm not surprised at what happened with the market. I'm just surprised at how surprised everyone is. So I'm waking up and people are like, oh my God, everything's blowing up. And that's not true. People just look at the market cap and they think, oh, everything's blowing up. No, a lot of that's Bitcoin Cash. Look at what happened with the market cap of Bitcoin. Not a lot of people dumping Bitcoin right now. So they're holding on to it. So the market cap's staying the same. Yet not a lot of people are dumping the Bitcoin Cash either, right? So that's why that market cap is high. It's third. Look at the altcoins. What do I say if you want to look and see the how the market's doing. Sia coin, BAT token, basic attention token. That's the ones you look at. Those are the indicators. Steam is also a good indicator. Sia coins under a penny. We're nowhere near back for the altcoins, guys. We're going to have to get to 150 billion before Sia coin gets back to where it was. And I say that because there's going to be a lot of money in Bitcoin. A lot of money in Bitcoin. The dominance, look at that. It's going to be a lot of money. We're going to need an extra layer to, so what's going to happen is Bitcoin's going to go on a bull run. It's going to run up to probably about 35. That's what's going to happen if SegWit does good. If everything is good with SegWit and they knock it out of the park, we're going to see some very expensive Bitcoin. If not, you got to keep a eye on Bitcoin Cash. What I'm saying when I get to the 35, 4,000 mark, I'm saying when you combine the two. When you combine Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Because if you're like me and you kept them, I kind of look at it as one coin because it was one coin at one point and it's split into two and I didn't pay for it. So it's kind of like, I just combined them, their value together because it's easier for me. So I look at the investment right now and, I'm at 3150, a little over 3150. So that's good for Bitcoin. And I think it's going to go up to 35, 4,000 combined value. And when that happens, the altcoins are going to pick up and catch up because that's what happens with the market. Once you have something at a certain price for so long, people get used to that. And when it dips, people will buy it because they know it's a good deal. There's nothing more honest than time. If something can stay afloat for X amount of time, right, that's an indicator that that's the floor. And when it goes below that floor, that's when investors buy up because that's the only indicator to know if you're getting a good deal. There wasn't some basic attention god that came down and said, all BAT tokens will be this price and this is the floor. No, there was none of that shit. It's all humans. We all made this shit up, right? So how do you know what the price of something is? Look at how long it's been that price. That's the only way. It's the only way. Look at the history. How long has it been that price? So if you want to look at where we are, if Bitcoin goes even further away from us, the altcoins, and this gets even lower per Bitcoin, right? We're at 325. If this gets down to 250, 200, people are going to start buying Sia coin because it's so cheap compared to Bitcoin because they understand how much it's been worth for how long. And they're like, okay, this is where it's been. This is the potential. Look at where it's at. We can get really good deals right now. So it's still a very big altcoin bloodbath. People don't understand the altcoins are absolutely getting murked right now. There's some that are doing good. Don't get me wrong. People are like, oh my God, basic attention tokens on fire. It's like, dude, basic attention token's still under what it was. It's at 11 cents. Like in May, in June, you would have been buying up all the basic attention token for 11 cents. So we just basically need to understand that right now. See, this is just so cheap. Right? That's just so cheap for basic attention token. 4K Satoshi. That's just very cheap. So we understand when we look at these tokens that you're not. The reason you don't want to look at the USD price is because Bitcoin and the altcoins have risen in USD. Unless you trade in USD, if you're trading in USD, then sure. I don't do that. I only mess with Tether for emergency reasons. If I'm not, then I'm just trading Bitcoins for altcoins and altcoins for Bitcoins, right? That's just how I liquidate. I don't ever say, okay, well, I want to get a bunch of USD now. No, I don't need to do that because normally in the normal crypto sphere, Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go down. Altcoins go up, Bitcoin goes down, right? So you can kind of have that stability when you want to make some money. And right now, I'm buying a bunch of altcoins still because, well, no, not right now. I'm waiting for Bitcoin I'm waiting for this market cap to get back to where it was and see where see where the chips fall, see where the cards lie. Because when the lifeblood returns to where we were at the minimum, I want to see how big Bitcoin is because Bitcoin might be at 4,000 combined value and these altcoins might not budge that much. If the altcoins don't budge that much in USD price, yet the Bitcoin price has skyrocketed in USD price, what will that do for the Bitcoin per altcoin price? It's going to make it drop through the ceiling, right? Or drop through the floor. I mean, you're going to have 200 Satoshi Sia coin. So that's what I'm looking at doing right now. I'm looking at those indicators in the market. It's a very exciting time, guys. Wake the fuck up. This is exciting times. This is very, very good. Lots of good stuff on the horizon. The worst thing that could have fucking happened. Bitcoin split into two fucking coins. And guess what? We're right back where we were. It was like nothing fucking happened. We just have some weird like twin episode going on with Bitcoin. It's like there's a glitch in the matrix because there's two Bitcoins and people are like, oh, what's going on? But it's not mattering. And even with the fiasco right at 100 billion, wait till it settles. Wait till there's some good SegWit news. Wait till there's some good any news. I don't care. I'm not pro Bitcoin Cash at all. I don't really like Bitcoin Cash. I don't like giving that much power to the miners. Like I said, yes, miners are decentralized more than ever, but that's a long shot from where they need to be. Just because they're decentralized more than ever does not mean they are decentralized. Do you understand? Because there's too many big players in the game. If I wanted to go start Dan's mining pool, I would have a fucking hard time competing with these billionaire Chinese miners. Do you understand? So it's not as cut and dry as people might like it to be when they try to say, well, mining is more decentralized more than ever. So just keep that in mind. Bitcoin is here. SegWit's going to be good. I would bet my fucking left nut on it. I just think that, you'd have to give me like 5 nuts, and those nuts would have to be made of gold because I'm not going to risk my nut for cheap, guys. And I wouldn't want 5 like regular nuts because what the fuck would I do with them? They'd have to be made of gold so I could sell them or keep them. Anyway, I also got a lot of cheap NEM and bought a lot of dime ICO. Like I told you, I stopped talking about my small swings because I didn't want to keep up. I don't want to keep up. I'm only giving the big swings. That's all I'm really talking about. But when I say I invested in every ICO, I literally almost invested in every ICO. So. And that's how I can speak from experience that ICOs work because I invest in all of them. So, I mean, you show me somebody else that's doing what I'm doing. Yeah, there might be some people invest. I invest in everything, even if I think it's a scam or not. I'm a different breed of investor. So, when I say ICOs are the truth, they really are. And what do I do with, okay, so what do I do in between ICOs, or what do I do when I, want to diversify? Obviously I buy altcoins. I just look for cheap altcoins because my money is sitting here. So I want it to make me money. So I'm going to be, spear fishing. And I get comments, what's spear fishing? Setting a lure is mean when you throw, like think of a fishing pole. You're going fishing, you have your bobber, you have your lure sitting in the water. It's below the water, it's really deep, right? You're fishing, you're hoping for a bite, aka a dump, right? So you're sitting there. Spearfishing is different. Spearfishing is when you don't think there's gonna be a dump. Like when you see the fish in shallow water and you don't think there's ever gonna be a better opportunity than to snag it right then. That's what spearfishing means. I go spearfishing when I think the floor is bottomed out and I'm like, I'm gonna get the deals right now. Fuck setting a lure, I'm gonna get them right now. Those are the difference, and that's what I use. Because when I invest, I'm weird, guys. When I invest, I get real into it. I think that I'm in the motherfucking Congo. I take this shit motherfucking seriously. I don't care. It makes it fun. When you do something every single day, you got to have imagination. Imagination brings the energy. It brings the drive. You can't, it's not just numbers. It's not just about making money. It's so dissatisfying. It's like a whore, right? You get in, you get your money, you get out. It's so dissatisfying. I'm not about that. I'm not about that. I like to immerse completely into what I do. And people don't think of investing that way, but whatever. When I'm a multi-billionaire, people are going to be fucking really into the imagination and investing. I guarantee it. People don't listen until they see it before their eyes, right? So that's the truth. It's just the way humans are. And that's why if you're too busy looking around for proof that it can happen, you're never going to make something happen, right? I'm not looking around for somebody to say, oh, I deem that okay. Oh, that is okay. I'm not looking for anybody's fucking permission or okay or daps. I'm not looking for any of that shit. I'm doing me. I'm going into the Congo and some guy's like, yo, whoa, I wouldn't go in there. There's no path. And I'm like taking my fucking machete and I'm hacking down grass and shit. And like, dude, you're gonna get eaten by a fucking Kong, by King Kong or some shit. I don't give a fuck. I went off. And I came back with King Kong's motherfucking head. Actually, that's terrible. I wouldn't kill King Kong. King Kong's cool. I came back riding on King Kong's shoulder because we became friends. Pro-vegan. All right, I want to kill it here. There's not really big week for No Limit Coin. Big things are about to happen. That's for sure. That's one of my most exciting things. Also, big news for my bit. Can't release it right now, but it's hard. It's sometimes tough being, because I'm somebody who loves to give good news. I hate giving bad news. I love giving good news. So when I have good news, it's hard for me to hold back. I will, because I'm a motherfucking G. I got tight lips, but I like to see. I like to spread the good news, right? So keeping it on wraps for right now, but expect big things post MyBit ICO with the price on the exchanges. Also, expect big things at the end of August for No Limit Coin. Expect the price to be a little bit different. We'll just put it that way. Just a little bit different. All right, I'm going to kill it here. Cheers. Peace.